Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 7 of the Maryland Terrapin Dynasty here on JCTV. Today we are live from Byrd Stadium in College Park, Maryland, where the Maryland Terrapins host the Iowa Hawkeyes. Fresh off their disappointing loss to Florida State, Maryland looks to right the ship against a formidable Iowa Hawkeyes team. Episode 7 begins now. Maryland lines up for the kickoff. Smith-Marset back to return, and we are underway from College Park, Maryland. And Smith-Marset just nails it in the end zone. Nate Stanley coming off a big 4-touchdown game. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going against this Maryland defense. Iowa in I formation for 1st and 10. Stanley hands it off to Sargent. He cuts it back to the left, and he got space in front of him, and he finally goes down, but not after a 10-yard run. Maryland has a tough task of stopping Mekhi Sargent, who's having a big season so far with nearly 600 yards and 8 touchdowns. Iowa in single back formation for 2nd and inches. Stanley hands it off to Sargent again, who getting good blocking up the field, and he gets 8 yards and another Iowa first down. Whiting in motion for Iowa for 1st and 10. Stanley hands it off to Sargent. Good blocking up the field, and Sargent breaks free. Nothing but daylight in front of him, and he will go all the way. Touchdown Iowa, and Iowa strikes first. After the extra point and kickoff, Maryland has the ball 1st and 10. Dante Demas goes in motion. Jackson backs the pass, and he gets sacked. First play of the game. 2nd and 17. Maryland in single back formation for 2nd and 17. McFarland gets the handoff and goes down quickly and only gets 1 yard, which sets up 3rd and long. Maryland has to get to the 35-yard line for a first down. Jackson back to pass, looking for Tyler Mabry, and it's tipped incomplete, and that sets up 4th and long. Iowa's defense with the hot start. After the Maryland punt, Iowa has the ball 1st and 10. Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to Sargent. Big hole up the middle and goes down for 13 yards. 1st and 10. After that big run, we now have 1st and 10. Stanley drops back to pass, looking for Smith-Marset, and it's intercepted. Tino Ellis gets his first interception of the season. First turnover of the game, and Maryland will take over 1st and 10. After the interception, Maryland takes over 1st and 10. Jackson takes a snap, hands it off to McFarland, who goes down quickly for 3 yards. Iowa's been all over this run game. So here we are now, 2nd and 7. Jackson sends a concourse in motion. He takes the snap, drops back to pass, looking for Dante Demas, and it's incomplete. Dante Demas, the intended receiver. Maryland has to get to the 34 for a first down. Jackson fakes the handoff, drops back to pass, looking for Darryl Jones, and it's incomplete, which sets up 4th and 7. This Maryland offense starting off slow. Maryland coming out sluggish on both sides of the ball to begin this game. Iowa has the ball 1st and 10 after the Maryland punt. Stanley hands it off to Sargent. Jones misses the tackle. He breaks a tackle, and he fights for a 7-yard run. Good run by Mekhi Sargent. 2nd and 3. Whiting goes in motion for Iowa for 1st and 10. Sargent gets the handoff. He runs to the right. Excellent blocking up the field, and he fights for a 9-yard run. Maryland has no answer for Mekhi Sargent. That run sets up another 1st and 10. Stanley hands it off to McFarland to the right side once again. He got space in front of him, and he's fighting for another 13 yards. Mekhi Sargent already at 100 yards this game. We have another 1st and 10 for Iowa. Stanley goes for the read option, decides to keep it. Space in front of him to the left side, breaks a tackle, and he's finally down for a 10-yard run. And that gives them 2nd and inches. Iowa lines up 2nd and inches. Stanley fakes the handoff, drops back the pass, looking for Martin, and he connects, going up the field, breaks a tackle, and finally out of bounds for 17 yards, which gives them another first down. Iowa in the red zone for 1st and 10. Stanley drops back, Sargent gets the handoff, and he goes down in the backfield for a loss of 1. Rashard Lewis finally steps up for Maryland. Iowa in shotgun for 2nd and 11. Stanley drops back the pass, looking across the middle, and it's incomplete. Rashard Lewis steps up again for Maryland. Iowa has to get to the 2-yard line for a first down. Stanley drops back the pass. Excellent coverage by Maryland. Throws to the left, and it's incomplete. Maryland's defense comes with a defensive stop, and that sets up 4th and 11. So Iowa lines up for the field goal for 4th down. The ball is snapped, the kick is up, and it's good! And Iowa takes a 10-point lead. So after the Iowa kickoff, Maryland has the ball 1st and 10. Tyrell Briggerman at quarterback hands it off to McFarland, and he goes down quickly for a 1-yard gain. This Iowa defense has been all over McFarland. Maryland in 3 wide set for 2nd and 9. Jackson fakes the handoff, drops back to pass. He's looking for Dale Jones to the right, and he connects, and he's down for a 32-yard reception. The first big play for Maryland this game. Maryland finally gets a big play on offense. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going. Maryland in shotgun formation for 1st and 10. Jackson goes for the read option, decides to keep it. He takes it up the middle, and he's down for a 10-yard gain, and another Maryland 1st down. Maryland in pistol formation for 1st and 10. Jackson hands it off to McFarland, and met quickly at the line of scrimmage for a gain of 2. Maryland looking to get McFarland going, but has had no success so far. Maryland with a 3 wide set for 2nd and 8. Jackson drops back the pass, looking for Tyler Mabry, and it's incomplete. And that sets up 3rd and 8. Maryland has to get to the 26-yard line for a 1st down. Jackson hands it off to McFarland and goes down hard in the backfield for a loss of 4. After the Maryland punt, Iowa has the ball 1st and 10. Stanley in shotgun formation hands it off to Sargent and goes down quickly for a gain of 1. And that sets up 2nd and 9. So here we are now, 2nd and 9. Iowa in single back formation. Whiting goes in motion. Jackson takes the snap, hands it off to Sargent, cuts back up the middle, and goes down for a 4-yard run. Maryland finally slows him down for minimal gain. That run play sets up 3rd and 5. Smith-Marset goes in motion. Jackson back to pass, looking to the left. He finds Sargent and goes out of bounds. And that's the end of the 1st quarter with a score of Iowa 10, Maryland 0. Stick around for quarter number 2 on JCTV. Iowa begins the 2nd quarter with a punt, so Maryland has the ball 1st and 10. Tyler Mabry goes in motion. Jackson fakes the handoff, drops back to pass, and gets hit in the backfield, incomplete, which brings up 2nd and 10. So here we are now, 2nd and 10. Maryland in single back formation. Jackson drops back to pass, maneuvering to the left, looking for Tyler Mabry, and it's incomplete. And that sets up 3rd and 10. Maryland has to get to the 48-yard line for a 1st down. Jackson drops back to pass, looking over the middle for Tyler Mabry, and it's complete. Runs over a defender, and he's finally down for a 16-yard reception. And Maryland finally gets a 1st down. This Maryland offense has been sluggish to begin this game. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going. Maryland finally in Iowa territory for 1st and 10. Jackson sends Dante Demas in motion. They line up in single back formation. Jackson takes the snap, hands it off to McFarland, goes to the left and gets hit down hard in the backfield for no gain. Iowa's defense all over that play. Maryland with a 2 tight end set for 2nd and 10. Jackson drops back to pass. He's looking for the right for DJ Turner, and he drops it incomplete. Turner had the ball in his hands, but he just couldn't bring it in. Maryland has to get to the 38-yard line for a 1st down. Maryland sends DJ Turner in motion. Jackson drops back to pass. Good protection, throwing deep for DJ Turner, and it's incomplete. Fleet Davis almost comes up with a deflection catch, but it forces a 4th and 10. So after the Maryland punt, Iowa has the ball 1st and 10 in I formation. Hands it off to Sargent, runs up the middle, breaks another tackle, and he's finally down for a 6-yard gain. This Iowa run game picking right up where they left off. So that run now sets up 2nd and 4. Iowa in single back formation. Sargent gets the handoff, goes up the middle again, and fights forward for an 8-yard run. This Iowa run game is giving Maryland fits. So here we are now, 1st and 10. Iowa in I formation. Smith-Marset goes in motion. Sargent gets the handoff, goes to the right, and he's met down for only a 2-yard run. Maryland all over that run play. 2nd and 8. So here we are now, 2nd and 8. Iowa in shotgun formation. Stanley drops back the pass, looking over the middle for Byer, and he has it complete, and he's fighting, but he's down for a 10-yard reception, which gives Iowa another 1st down. Iowa in shotgun formation for 1st and 10. Stanley back to pass, looking to the left, gets hit as he throws, and connects with Smith, breaks a tackle, and he's down for a 15-yard gain, which gives Iowa another 1st down. This Iowa offense is picking Maryland apart. Here we are now, 1st and 10. Iowa in shotgun formation. Stanley back to pass. Good pass protection by Iowa, but has to throw it away, incomplete. Maryland with the lockdown coverage on that play. Iowa in shotgun for 2nd and 10. Stanley hands it off to Sargent, goes up the middle, but gets knocked down in the backfield for no gain, Rayshard Lewis coming through with the blitz and gets the running back. Iowa has to get to the 28 for a first down. Stanley drops back to pass. Good pass protection, throws to the left, and he finds Byer out of bounds for 22 yards and gets Iowa out of 3rd and long and gives them a 1st and 10. Iowa once again in the red zone looking to extend this lead. Sargent gets the handoff, fights forward, and he gets down for only 2 yards, which gives them a 2nd and 8. Sargent has just reached 140 yards this game. This Iowa offense moving efficiently. Sargent gets the handoff, cuts up the middle. Jones misses a tackle, and he's in for a 14-yard touchdown. And Iowa will extend this lead. So after the extra point and kickoff, Maryland has the ball 1st and 10. Jackson takes the snap, hands it off to McFarland, and gets met quickly for only a 1-yard gain. Maryland's offensive woes continue. Maryland's offense needs to get going quickly. Jackson drops back the pass, looking for Tyler Mabry, and it's incomplete. DJ Johnson with a beautiful deflection. Maryland has to get to the 33-yard line for a first down. Jackson drops back the pass. He's looking for DJ Turner to the right, and it's incomplete. Geno Stone forces the incompletion, and that sets up 4th and 9. So after the Maryland punt, Iowa has the ball 1st and 10 in shotgun formation. Stanley drops back the pass, and he gets sacked in the backfield for a loss of 7. Rayshard Lewis coming through quickly with the blitz, which forces Iowa in 2nd and 17. So here we are now, 2nd and 17. Iowa sends Byer in motion, an I formation for 2nd and long. Stanley fakes the handoff, drops back the pass, looks to the right, and finds Byer out of bounds for 15 yards, which gives them 3rd and 2. Iowa has to get to the 45-yard line on 3rd and 2. Sargent gets the handoff. It goes down quickly for 4 yards, which is enough for an Iowa first down. This Iowa offense has Maryland on its heels for 1st and 10. Stanley hands it off to Sargent. Big hole up the middle, and he goes down for 15 yards. Sargent's big day on the ground continues with 174 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Iowa lines up in shotgun for 1st and 10. Stanley goes for the read option, decides to keep it. Big hole up the middle, and goes down for 9 yards. This Iowa run game is just gashing Maryland. Iowa in I formation for 2nd and 1. Stanley hands it off to Sargent, goes to the right, breaks a tackle, gets the first, breaks another tackle, and he's finally down for 5 yards. This Maryland defense just seems gassed out already. Iowa in shotgun formation for 1st and 10. Stanley drops back the pass, decent protection. He throws to the right, and it's intercepted. Tino Ellis again coming up big for this Maryland defense with his 2nd interception of the game. And Maryland will take over 1st and 10. That big turnover by Maryland now gives them 1st and 10. Jackson drops back the pass, looking to the flat for Tyler Mabry. He has it complete. He breaks a tackle, and he's down for 10 yards, which gives Maryland 2nd and inches. Maryland looking to get some points on the board before halftime. Jackson hands it off to McFarland, gets met quickly for 2 yards, which gives Maryland 1st and 10. Maryland in single back formation for 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking for DJ Turner up the middle, and he has it complete for 17 yards, which gives Maryland a first down. DJ Turner finally gets on the board with his first reception of the game. Jackson fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking for Tyler Mabry, and he has it complete, and he's down for 12 yards. Maryland's got to pick up the pace if they want to score before halftime. Jackson goes for the read option, decides to keep it, puts Met in the backfield for a loss of 1, and Maryland calls a 2nd charge timeout. Maryland in pistol formation for 2nd and 11. Jackson drops back to pass, good protection. He's looking for deep for Dante Demas, and he has it complete, and he's running down, but it's short for a touchdown at the 1-yard line. Dante Demas' first catch of the game is a big one for 39 yards, which puts Maryland in scoring position. After Maryland's final timeout, they have the ball 1st and goal on the 1-yard line. Jackson drops back the pass, looking for Dante Demas, and it's knocked out incomplete, and Maryland will bring out the kicking team. Maryland with a chip shot field goal to end the half. The ball is snapped, the kick is up, and it's good. And Maryland makes this a 2-touchdown game to end the half. And that's the end of the 2nd quarter with a score of Iowa 17, Maryland 3. Iowa lines up to kick the ball to begin this 2nd half, and we are underway from College Park, Maryland. Javon Leak back to return, big block up the middle, and he goes down for 19 yards, which sets up Maryland for 1st and 10. Maryland in single back formation for 1st and 10. Maryland sends a Concord in motion. Jackson takes the snap, fakes the handoff to McFarland, drops back the pass, and he finds Tyler Mabry, and knocked out of bounds for 14 yards. And Maryland's offense starts up quickly. So here we are now, 1st and 10. Maryland in pistol formation. Jackson fakes the handoff, drops back, looking for Daryl Jones, and he has it complete. And down for a 9-yard reception, which gives them 2nd and 1. Maryland's offense coming out strong to begin the second half. Jackson goes for the read option, decides to keep it, goes forward, and fights for 3 yards, which gives Maryland a 1st down. Maryland in the 3-wide set for 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the handoff, back to pass. He's looking to the left for DJ Turner, and he has it complete. He's racing up the field and down. Josh Jackson connects with DJ Turner on a big game, which sets up 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. This Maryland offense is heating up to begin this second half. Maryland in I formation for 1st and 10. Jackson takes the snap, hands it off McFarland to the left. Big good blocking and down for a 7-yard run, which sets up 2nd and 3. Maryland in the 2 tight end set for 2nd and 3. Jackson fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking for Tyler Mabry in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Jackson completely overthrows him. Maryland just has to get to the 1-yard line for a 1st down. Jackson hands off to the McFarland up the middle, fights forward, and he's in. Touchdown, Maryland. Anthony McFarland with a 4-yard touchdown run, and Maryland closes the gap on this lead. After the extra point and kickoff, Iowa has the ball 1st and 10. In our formation, Stanley fakes the handoff, drops back to pass, looking for Sargent over the middle. He has it complete, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and finally down for a 9-yard reception, which gives Iowa a 2nd and 1. So here we are now, 2nd and 1. Sargent in the backfield. Stanley hands it off to Sargent, goes up the middle, fights forward for a 4-yard gain, which gives Iowa a 1st and 10. With that run, Sargent has eclipsed 180 yards. Here we are now, 1st and 10. Iowa in shotgun formation. Sargent gets the handoff up the middle, breaks the tackle, and down for a 12-yard run. Sargent's career day continues as he's approaching 200 yards rushing. Maryland has apparently made no adjustments in the second half. Sargent gets the handoff again, goes up the left, big hole, and down for another 13 yards. And with that run, Mekhi Sargent has just eclipsed 200 yards. Here we are now, 1st and 10. Stanley sends Smith in motion, hands the ball off to Young, trips over his lineman, then goes down quickly for a gain of 1 yard. Maryland takes advantage of Mekhi Sargent not being in the game and stops him for a 1-yard gain. Iowa lines up 2nd and 9. Stanley takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's looking but can't get anybody open. Excellent coverage by Maryland. He throws to the left. Oliver Martin comes back to the ball and connects. And down for a 34-yard reception, which gives Iowa a 1st and goal. Iowa in I formation for 1st and goal. Stanley fakes the handoff, pitches it back to Sargent. Maryland all over that run play, and down for a loss of 3. Marcus Lewis all over that run play. Maryland's defense finally comes up with a big stop, which causes 2nd and goal. Iowa back in I formation for 2nd and goal. Stanley hands it off to Sargent, breaks a tackle, but goes down for only a gain of 2. Maryland with a big stop, which forces a 3rd and goal. Iowa looking to widen this lead on 3rd and goal. Sargent gets the handoff, and Shaq Smith is there quickly for no gain. Shaq Smith causes a big tackle, which forces a 4th and goal. Iowa lines up for the chip shot field goal. The ball, the snap, the kick is up, and it's good. And Iowa pushes this lead back to 10. So after the Iowa kickoff, Maryland has the ball 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the handoff, drops back to pass, looking for DJ Turner up the middle, and he completes it, breaks a tackle, and races up the field, and finally down for a gain of 52 yards. Big play by Jackson to DJ Turner. Maryland's offensive momentum continues in the second half with this big catch by DJ Turner, who has just put this team on his back. Turner showing why he's one of the offensive captains for this team, making big play after big play, proving to everyone why he is a leader on this team. Tyrell Pigerman, a quarterback for 1st and 10, goes for the read option, hands it off to McFarland, and goes down for a 5-yard run. McFarland with a solid 5-yard gain, which gives them 2nd and manageable. Maryland with a 3-wide set for 2nd and 5. Jackson drops back to pass, looking for Daryl Jones on the slant, and he completes it. Touchdown, Maryland! Josh Jackson connects with Daryl Jones on a 13-yard touchdown reception, which brings Maryland within 3. Maryland comes out with its most efficient drive of this game as they look to complete this comeback. After the Maryland kickoff, Iowa has the ball 1st and 10 in a 4-wide set. Stanley drops back to pass, decides to keep it himself, but goes down quickly only for a gain of 1. Maryland all over that play, 2nd and 9. Iowa in single back formation for 2nd and 9. Stanley hands it off to Sargent, cuts to the left, goes down quickly only for a gain of 2. Rayshawn Lewis stops him quickly. Lewis has stepped his game up big time in the second half. Iowa has to get to the 35 for a first down. Stanley drops back the pass, looking to the right, looking for Smith-Marset, and it's incomplete. Tino Ellis comes in with the swat, which forces a 4th and 7. After the Iowa punt, Maryland has the ball 1st and 10. Tyrell Priggerman, a quarterback, goes for the read after decides to keep it, goes to the left, cuts back up the middle, breaks a tackle, but goes down for a 4-yard run, which gives Maryland a 2nd and manageable. That run play now sets up 2nd and 6. Jackson drops back the pass, looking to the left for Daryl Jones. He throws it up, and it's incomplete and almost intercepted. Jackson got lucky on that play. Maryland has to get to the 48-yard line for a first down. Jackson fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking for Turner. He catches it. No, he drops it, incomplete. Turner had it in his hands, and that forces a 4th down. After the Maryland punt, Iowa has the ball 1st and 10 in single back formation. Sargent gets the handoff. It goes down quickly in the backfield for no gain. Shaq Smith comes up with a big play on defense and stops him in the backfield. And that play is going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter with the score of Iowa 20, Maryland 17. Stick around for the 4th quarter on JCTV. So Iowa has the ball to begin the 4th quarter. Smith goes in motion. Sargent gets the handoff, goes up the middle, and down quickly for a 4-yard run, which gives Iowa 3rd and manageable. Iowa has to get to the 35-yard line for a first down. Stanley back to pass, looking in the flat for Byer. He connects and gets knocked out hard out of bounds for 7 yards. And that gives Iowa a 1st and 10. So here we are now, 1st and 10 in single back formation. Stanley drops back the pass, looking for Oliver Martin, and he connects with coverage all over him for a 13-yard gain and another Iowa first down. Iowa lines up at midfield for 1st and 10. Stanley hands it off to Sargent and goes down quickly for a gain of 3. Iowa looking to ride this Mekhi Sargent wave to victory. Maryland has to step it up on defense if they want to come back. Iowa in shotgun formation for 2nd and 7. Stanley backs the pass, runs to the right, and goes down quickly for the sack. Lontez Rogers gets him in the backfield for a loss of 6, which forces a 3rd and 13. Iowa has to get to the 40-yard line for a first down. Stanley back the pass, looking for Sargent on the screen. He connects, breaks a tackle, and gets down only for a gain of 3, which sets up 4th and 10. Maryland's defense steps up big in the 4th quarter. After the Iowa punt, Maryland has the ball 1st and 10 in single back formation. McFarland gets the handoff, breaks a tackle, but goes down quickly only for a gain of 4. This has not been the best game for McFarland this season, who only has 26 yards the entire game. Maryland with a 2 tight end set for 2nd and 6. Jackson drops back the pass, looking for Dante Damas, and he gets hit as he throws the ball incomplete. Iowa's defense coming in strong to force the 3rd down. Maryland has to get to the 24-yard line for a first down. Jackson drops back the pass, looking over the middle for Tyler Mary, and he connects it complete and goes down for a 14-yard reception. And that last play will extend this Maryland drive. That last play gives Maryland a new set of downs for 1st and 10. McFarland gets the handoff, but goes down quickly in the backfield for a loss of 3. A.J. Epinesa all over that run play. 2nd and 13. Maryland with 2 tight ends for 2nd and 13. Jackson fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking for Tyler Mabry, and he connects and goes down with just enough for a first down. Tyler Mabry with a 13-yard reception. That last play set up 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the handoff, back to pass, looking for McFarland on the screen, connects. He goes up the field and goes down for an 11-yard reception and another Maryland first down. Maryland looks to keep this drive going. Maryland in I formation for 1st and 10. Jackson takes the snap, hands it off to McFarland, goes up the middle and goes down quickly only for a gain of 2 yards. Maryland keeping this defense honest as they looking to drive up the field. This 2 tight end set has been successful for Maryland in the second half. Okonkwo goes in motion. Jackson fakes the handoff, looking to the left for Tyler Mabry, and he connects and down for a 16-yard reception. Tyler Mabry having a big second half with 95 yards on 7 catches. Maryland in single back formation for 1st and 10. McFarland gets the handoff, cuts up the middle, fights forward. He's still fighting and finally goes down for an 8-yard run, which sets up 2nd and 2. McFarland will probably his best run this whole game. Maryland back in single back formation for 2nd and 2. McFarland gets a handoff, breaks a tackle, another tackle, and finally down for a 9-yard run, which gives Maryland 1st and 10. Maryland and 2 tight ends set for 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the handoff, back to pass, and goes down for the sack. Geno Stone gets him in the backfield for a loss of 8. The last thing Maryland needed on this drive was plays with negative yards, and they just allowed one for loss of 8. Maryland in single back formation for 2nd and long. Jackson hands the ball off to McFarland, cuts back inside, and goes down for a 5-yard run. And that play makes it a little closer for 3rd and 13. If Maryland can get to the 3-yard line, they can set up a 1st and goal. Jackson drops back to pass, looking for Tyler Mabry in the end zone, and he connects. Touchdown, Maryland! And with that touchdown pass, Maryland takes the lead with less than 2 minutes left in this game. This Maryland offense has stepped up in the second half with 14 unanswered points to take the lead late in this game. Iowa looks to drive up the field to regain the lead in the 4th quarter. Stanley drops back the pass. He's looking, can't find anybody open. He looks, and it's intercepted. Tino Ellis gets his 3rd interception of the game. And Maryland will take over late in the game, deep in Iowa territory. This comeback has been a total team effort from both sides of the ball. So after a Maryland false start, we now have 1st and 15. Jackson goes for the read option, decides to keep it, and goes down quickly for a gain of 1. And Iowa will take his first charge timeout. Maryland and the 2 tight ends set for 2nd and 14. McFarland gets the handoff up the middle. He goes down quickly for a gain of 3. And Iowa will take his 2nd charge timeout. Maryland has to get to the 5-yard line for a 1st down. Jackson drops back to pass, looks to the right for Dante Demas, connects, and he gets hit out of bounds, but short for a 1st down. And that play sets up 4th and 1. Instead of taking a field goal, Maryland elects to go for it on 4th down to end this game. Dante Demas in motion. McFarland gets the handoff. It goes down for a 5-yard run. And Iowa takes its final timeout. And that should signal the end of this game. So after 2 straight kneels, that's the end of this game. And Maryland completes the comeback with the score of Maryland 24, Iowa 20. Maryland overcomes a slow start from both sides of the ball to win this huge Big Ten Conference game. Tino Ellis is the player of the game with 3 big interceptions to springboard this victory. Thank you for tuning in to episode 7 of the Maryland Terrapins Dynasty here on JCTV. Episode 8, we begin Big Ten Division play as we travel to East Lansing, Michigan as we play the number 3 ranked Michigan State Spartans. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all at episode 8. Salute.
JHC Beats.